a few people at the top of my head, but I've tried to pull them aside separately.
That's a good idea. All right, let me do a bit. Yeah. And you guys see somebody new struggling, you give them 2 minutes. Okay, I'm going to do a quick who, what, why, where for some of you that don't know, and then we're going to let Amber talk about what she does. So, who? It's these groups of companies started with myself, this guy Ray, who's up in North Lake, and a couple other partners. And we started at Fireside in Squaw Valley. Then we did Rubicon and North Star. Then we did Base Camp. Then we did Azul. And then Ray said, I'm out. So with another group of people, I did California Burger and Social House and the Cooler and the Gym and Pokey Rock and this place,
Crows.
South and North. And what's that?
Crows.
And 10 Crows, which is gone now.
Let it rest in peace.
Everyone felt so bad and spoke in hushed terms when they apologized that I lost it. I'm like, they paid us $150,000 to leave. Like that was more money than we made the whole time we were open. So
I love that.
and I loved it. It was fun. It was a great place. And then Noel's is the last one. But so that's kind of the who. I sold out of the 4 that were with Ray, and we sold them all to the employees. I don't know if you've seen that on the windows. It's a really beautiful thing to do. And so now the employees are all owners of those 4 restaurants. And as you know, they're a little bit tighter with their rules, and they keep us all in line a little bit better. So, we want to be generally family friendly everywhere. If it's midnight at Noel's and you guys, there's you could get a little loose, but generally I've found, like, I had an example with, no, myself, because I'm like, just keep it family friendly. You never know who's there.
On the sidewalk
And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I had a couple whiskeys, I'm having fun, and I'm gonna drop the F-bomb, and then I'm like, all right, well, I'm done. I'll play Amazing Grace, and I'll have all these really spiritual people come up and be like, we're here from First Baptist to whatever, I'm like, it's midnight. Like, I wouldn't have guessed, but I think that's a smart thing to just, a nice rule, just keep family friendly. You won't.
75%.
Yeah, but definitely at Azul and Base Camp, like, that's the key. And so that's kind of the why we did live music, because I was a really struggling musician. I don't know where I am on the food chain, but I'm up a little farther now. But I just loved it. Anywhere I went, I wanted to play live music. We drove across the country, and I would call places. Hey, you got live music tonight? And they're like, no. You want some? I'm like, what? So I'd somehow sometimes get gigs like that. But so I convinced the partners to have it every day. And it wasn't any brilliance on my part. I just seen the same thing occur in great ski areas in Colorado and in Europe. Like, the music is as big of the whole overall vibe as the skiing or the beers drinking or the hiking or whatever it is. Like, to me, the live music is such a key component of these types of towns. And so,
Do you remember the guy that bought a condo because
yes.
of the music at Base Camp?
Yeah. So Marriott, they're above us at Base Camp, of course, and they used to give me crap early on, like, it's too loud, turn it down, somebody's sleeping. I'm like, it's 4 in the afternoon, man. It's like, you're in a ski village. So we had to teach them a little bit. But some guy came up to me and goes, this place was so boring. I love skiing here, but it was so terrible. Once you guys came, good pizza, but the music every single day. Now this is my kind of thing. And we bought a condo here because of that. And I'm like, would you say that again on video? I want to send this to Marriott. Right. But this guy, Ray, a great guy. We were partners for 20 years. And he's like, Ted, every day? I'm like, every day? You don't want to, like, it's Tuesday, they probably don't have live music. If we do it every day, they don't have to wonder if we have it or not.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
as a person that does this full time, you doing that also makes all the other places in town feel the pressure to. They don't do it every day, but they
Right.
they don't cancel music as much as they maybe
Yeah.
used to before. They feel the pressure.
That's
They want
good,
to
and
live music.
I think it less of a threat, like I better do it because Ted, but more like, hey, let's be a. I mean, one of the things was, why can't South Lake be the live music capital of California or the West or something like? Nashville is like, it's terrible.
It's a long walk.
Yeah, right. And Austin, like, we're 10 times cooler than both those towns. Like, so the more people,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I used to live
right.
in Austin. I moved here from Austin.
There you go. Like,
got
I
stuck
mean,
in Austin.
and
I love it.
it's a fine town, but this is so much better. Yeah, Chris.
I'll reiterate too. I mean, I know we've talked about this before in the past,
Yeah.
but like I live in Reno, so for anybody that's all Tahoe oriented, there's places in Reno that I play at sometimes, and they pay like $250, $300 for like a 2 to 3 hour gig, and that's great. But they only do it. You're lucky to get in like once every 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
So to be able to have like a normal gig once a week and come in,
Yeah.
and the tips aren't the same there either. Here's like a tourist attraction. You're in the
Yeah.
Heavenly Village. The people that come through here have money, and they're more inclined to tip way better than some of the places I play at in Reno, for example. So
Yeah.
it kind of does balance itself out. So if you ever think that, or if you get down on the whole, oh, I'm not making enough or whatever, it balances out. Trust me.
I appreciate that, and they can hear me say that, but it doesn't mean as much as if they heard you say that. So share that around, because it's like,
Some of us, like Chris, a lot of us probably in here have experience before working with you and being part of this.
Yeah.
It's tough gigging out there. Like,
Yeah.
To get a gig that's going to pay you. And,
Right. Go chase them
and
down.
I can go on schedule fly now. I'm not scheduled a lot, but
Yeah.
I can go on schedule fly and be like, I have Friday night open.
Yeah.
Where can I play? Pick
Yeah.
up that gig. That's huge. To me.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, and that was kind of the trade-off. Once I talked the partners into doing it, it was like, how can we make it great for you guys, even though, and it's not like they're greedy, it's like, this is the amount we can pay if we're doing it year-round, and a lot of these restaurants are losing money right now, but we're still doing music, and so they kind of budgeted out what could work throughout the year. And so the other thing is, trying to provide some level of the sound equipment. I think that's a helpful, to schedule fly, make it easier. If you have that gig, you kind of own that gig for a while, unless you screw up or you leave town or whatever. So I try not to, like, every once in a while I'll have a traveling guy and I'll steal one from you here and there. But, we want you to kind of own those shows to the extent that you want to. So yeah, hopefully we're good for the people that get it. I have a lot of guys that come to town and are like, what? How much? I didn't open my guitar case for that. I'm like, I get it, man. We're not for everybody, but you probably should, because like at my level, I made $300 the other night, and I'm like, that kind of makes it a difference, if you're making even 150 or whatever, it gets pretty good. Yeah.
I'm just trying to, some of my friends,
Yeah.
players who are not on this roster.
Right.
And they go, what? And they go, and then I go, look, you gotta understand, if these venues were gonna pay more money, there'd be no music here.
Right?
There'd be no.
Well, it'd be once a week maybe or
These
something.
venues wouldn't exist because.
Right.
Because they can't, yeah, we should all get paid more.
Well, yeah.
You wanna get paid twice as much? Well, guess what? There's not gonna
Then
be-
we don't have music,
there's
yeah.
not gonna be gigs there.
Yeah, and a
So
quick,
it's a trade-off.
I appreciate that. And a quick thing I always say, if anybody wants to know the economics, is we like to say we're making 10% in the restaurant business. We're really making 5 most places. But let's just say for fun it's 10. If you get paid $200, we had to make $2,000 in sales to break even just on that music piece. There are many, many days, and I don't know if, probably not at base camp, maybe even at base camp now, and at California Burger, the big boys, but certainly here that it's less than a $2,000 day. So, so that's kind of the economics. All right, who, what, why, where, we're here, when, yeah.
Can I say one more thing on
Yeah.
that? On that
Yeah.
point, what we were talking about there, or what you were talking about?
Yeah.
As we, as musicians, you can't forget that we do it for fun.
I mean, when we first started doing it, it was for fun. We weren't getting paid. We were doing open mics down
Right.
there. Remember at the Tahoemusic?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was where we met these guys.
Yeah.
And you know, we weren't getting paid for that. And then when we got involved in your program, you know, it's you know, it started really low, and then it kind of grew, and then it's gone down. But everybody's, you know, they're biting the bullet. You know, we understand that, but
Yeah.
the thing is, it still gives us a place to play.
Yeah.
You know, we could be practicing in a garage somewhere,
Right.
or we get up there and work out some songs
Sure.
that, you know, we want to work on and stuff. And we're having fun doing it, you know, and we make a few bucks.
Yeah. Well, and hopefully it's a launch pad for some bigger stuff, and we're very flexible. That's part of the deal. You get a bigger gig.
Sure,
Just
yeah,
put
we're
up
always
your-
picking something
Yeah,
up here and
yeah.
there, you know, and if we can't, then we give it away, and then we.
Yeah.
The other amazing thing I've seen, Ted, is just watching people grow.
Yeah.
I
Getting
mean,
better.
I've seen so many people. I mean, I sat through. You remember that winter when you were playing solo shows, Kai?
Kai, you were playing solo shows. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he racked up his 10,000 hours.
Right.
He just played constantly, and I just watched him get better
Yep.
and better
Yeah.
and better and better.
Yeah.
And it was just wonderful to see.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. And it's funny. Like you get.
I was
you
just
get
gonna
some-
say, I was gonna say.
I was gonna say
Oh,
one thing about,
okay.
I expand on what he said was, that we assume that most everyone here is plays music primarily because they love the act of playing music. It's not a job per se, right? You know, if you wanna make a lot of money, go into business, you know?
Right.
That's kind of, sorry, that's kind of what I was gonna say. I hear that a lot, it's for fun. It's not necessarily always fun. I do it for the love of it. I'm gonna upgrade the fun thing for the love of it.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
sometimes it's quite a struggle, but I love it so much that it's worth it. And I'm not talking about the live stuff. I mean, just trying to write a song can be quite a struggle.
Yeah.
But I love it. I deeply love it. And that's
why I
why
like
the struggle.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
work part of it is hauling your gear, setting it up,
Yeah.
tearing it down,
That part
and
too,
hauling it
yeah.
home.
Right.
The
Right.
good part of it is you're
Yeah.
out there playing. That's what
Right.
people see, and they go, "Oh,
Right.
it looks so easy."
And if you fake a hernia, you
And
can
all
get
the
your
practice.
band-aids to another.
Sorry, I interrupted you, Mark.
Right. All right. Well, let's. Well, first of all, Ty, give us your name, hometown, and give us a tip that you think maybe that we will be able to benefit in the music world.
Ty Phillips, South Tahoe. My family's been in Minden for well over 100 years, so I love this area. I've lived everywhere, but this is, well, I always have come here.
Killer.
That's one of the greatest guys in the area, so you know him, you already 10 steps up above most people. But I'd say the best advice I could give you would be a quote from Shakespeare, and all of life is a stage. And
There you
when
go.
you're up there, do it. Don't be afraid. Be you, most of all.
And if you're gonna be weird, you gotta be good.
That's
it.
Be weird.
No, that's a great point. We talked about that. Yeah, like, and we lose the fact that you're on stage. They're looking at you.
I'm a
So
perfectionist too, so
Yeah.
I mess up. Like, I want to be stabbed to death in front of me. It's like I don't want
Yeah.
to mess up ever, and I think restarting is a turmoil.
Right.
But nah, I've slowly eked myself out. Like you saw me, wasn't too. I had no L's. That's a really great venue too.
You sounded great.
I wanna
Yeah.
bring that up.
Yeah.
It's a great little.
Right on.
spot to
Can you say your name again? I'm sorry.
Ty Phillips.
Yeah.
Hi, folks. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do.